Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is December 17th, and we are in the book of Job, and we're going to read chapter 25 and 26. So just a really quick speech from the third guy. Again, same as all the rest of his friends. It was all your fault, Job. Clearly, if bad things happen to you, Job, then you must be being punished for something you've done. And again, Job coming back saying, no, that's not what happened. Okay, if I could just talk to God, I could straighten it out. And we see that Job does recognize the sovereignty, but he's looking at it from our perspective of, it doesn't really make sense. It seems like it's unfair. Whereas we started this in heaven looking at it from God's perspective, and hey, it all makes sense. It's all for God's plan, and that's essentially what our conundrum is, I guess. It's we want answers, we want it to make sense to us, but that's not how it works. As long as it makes sense to God, that's where our faith is. Hey, God had a plan. God created me not to punish me, not to just let me drift along. He created me for a reason, and I may not always understand the reason. I may not understand why I'm going through bad times at times, but you know what? When it's all said and done, it's going to make sense. And I just got to keep believing that. And you just got to keep believing that. So let's go ahead and we're going to read Job chapter 25 and 26. Then Bildad the Shunammite answered and said, Dominion and fear belong to him. He makes peace in his high places. Is there any number to his armies? Upon whom does his light not rise? How then can man be righteous before God? Or how can he be pure who is born of a woman? If even the moon does not shine and the stars are not pure in his sight, how much less man who is a maggot and a son of man who is a worm? But Job answered and said, How have you helped him who is without power? How have you saved the arm that has no strength? How have you counseled one who has no wisdom? And how have you declared sound advice to many? To whom have you uttered words, and whose spirit came from you? The dead trembled, those under the waters, and those inhabiting them. Sheol is naked before him, and destruction has no covering. He stretches out the north over empty space. He hangs the earth on nothing. He binds up the water in his thick clouds, that the clouds are not broken under it. He covers the face of his throne and spreads his cloud over it. He drew a circular horizon on the face of the waters at the boundary of light and darkness. The pillars of heaven tremble and are astonished at his rebuke. He stirs up the sea with his power, and by his understanding he breaks up the storm. By his spirit he adorned the heavens. His hand pierced the fleeing serpent. Indeed, these are the mere edges of his ways. And how small a whisper we hear of him. But the thunder of his power, who can understand? May God bless the reading of his word, and may God bless you. Bye.